creatives, welcome back. I am doing a 30 videos in 30 days challenge for the month of September, and where I'll be sharing all sorts of tips on how to break into a creative career and what it means to be a creative professional. So with that in mind, let's get to the video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what college doesn't teach you about videography. Now, videography or audio-video production, like the program names vary depending on the college, obviously. But essentially, what college doesn't teach you about videography as a creative career is that most companies do not have an in-house videography team. Many videographers either work for an agency or do freelance work. So the realities of those two predominant career paths in terms of the corporate side of things. I mean, there's also, like, you can go into film studios, you can go into production companies, like, and what have you, but more often than not, you are an independent contractor or you are working for an agency. And that the realities of those aren't necessarily explained in detail when you're going through your college classes, which is really to the detriment of a student and of a young professional, because when you're dealing with the realities of freelancing, you're going to have a feast and famine cycle that is really hard to mitigate, especially depending on your niche, like what kind of videography you do, which while you do want to have a broad range of experience when you're just starting out, it does behoove you to niche down as soon as you can. As soon as you know exactly what kind of videography you want to specialize in, you'll want to niche down as soon as possible. And what I mean by that is you can specialize in music videos, you can specialize in wedding videography, corporate videography, corporate branding, and stuff like that. Like, you can have a wide variety of those experiences as you're building your portfolio, but for the purposes of establishing clientele, in the purpose of freelancing, you'll want to niche down to something very specific. That way you can become like a specialist in that field, and it'll be easier to get clients in that regard. If you'll want a broader portfolio if you're going to do an agency route where you're working for an in-house marketing agency, brand agency, what have you, because you'll be working with a variety of different clients, a variety of different industries, with a variety of different needs. So there's those two paths that you really have to take into account when you are pursuing a career in videography. And you can, as you get more skilled, you can really mitigate that feast and famine cycle by pursuing different projects during different times of the year. So obviously, if you're like a wedding videographer, the winter months in some areas will be really, really slow for you. So having like a secondary niche or a secondary specialty will really help mitigate that feast and famine cycle in that particular industry. So identify where the worst, the slowest times of the year are for your particular niche, and have a secondary specialization in something that has a peak time in that famine cycle, so to speak. So that's just some general things that college doesn't teach you about videography, and I hope this was helpful. If it was, like this video, let me know in the comments below. Would you like me to do any more videos and content around this topic? I'm open to all sorts of suggestions for future videos, and subscribe to the channel because I will be doing much more content like this. And with that, until next time, I will see you in the next video.